the cloud. Okay, so hopefully you guys see me with the light on. Yeah, it's so funny. When we remodeled this bathroom, I had these lights installed overhead, but even worse almost. Like somehow, because there's one light like right in front of the camera, and somehow the camera gets confused, I think. And then this area tends to be darker when I turn it off. So it didn't really help. All right. So let's sit nice and tall. And just start with some centering. Become aware of your breath. Nice and long breath through your nose. And see if you can maybe count the breath, inhaling for 5 or 6 or 7, whatever you can do without being out of breath. Nice long inhale. And then a little pause, and then nice long exhale. And again, inhale. And inhale for the count of 5 to 7. And exhale, possibly to the same count. Okay, and then let's try the Ujjayi breath, where you're constricting the back of the throat, which is good toning for the throat muscles. So it's kind of like when you're fogging a mirror, that sound, so that feeling in the throat, but your mouth will be closed. So, or you can also imagine it as saying ah with your mouth closed. So there's a slight audible sound that you produce, kind of like a whisper. Almost like waves of the ocean coming in and out. And you don't really, so even though you're inhaling through the nose, you don't really feel it in the nose. You feel it mostly in the throat. It's also called ocean breath because of that kind of nice whispering, gentle sound. So yeah, if you have any voice problems with Parkinson's, this would be a good practice because it tones the muscles in the throat. And it also, improves your lung capacity because it makes the breath and it just adds a little focus to it. All right, so come back to your regular breath. And then we're gonna go in 3. So again, inhale, inhale, inhale. All the way, and then nice long exhale. So breathing through the nose now. Inhale, 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 and exhale. And breathe in. Feel the lungs expand and belly. Good, and then we'll go out to the side with the arms. So still 3 inhales. And exhale. And then again. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Great. Stuff. And then we're gonna go one arm up, one arm down, or even behind you. And then switch. One arm up, one arm down, and back. And breathing nicely throughout the exercise. Good. Good, and then both arms up. And then exhale, hands on your thighs and coming into a forward fold. And then inhale up. Nice big long inhale again. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. All right. And then let's do some shoulder circles. All right. And then we're going to be moving at the elbow joint, right? So you're moving the forearms in circles. So the hands gonna come to your chest, right? That's the first phase. Yeah. And then you go up and then out. And then you sort of have to turn the palms back and then bend the elbows and bring the hands in and up and out and then again. Right. So as you're doing it, you kind of have to switch between internal shoulder rotation and external and internal and external. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Good. Excellent. Good. And then we'll stretch. So we're gonna put the left arm on top of the right if you can. So if you can't quite hook them, you can just cross like that, but trying to push both elbows towards the midline. So either hooking or crossing, but getting those elbows pretty close. And so as you do that, you're stretching the area between the shoulder blades, right? So the internal rotation of the shoulders. So we'll just hold it for a bit. And then you can try to lift up and release, lift, release. If it's not too much for your shoulder, yeah. Good. And then release. And then we'll do the opposite arm on top. So again, either cross or hook. And then you can try lifting slightly up and down while you breathe. All right, perfect, good, and release. Okay, and then we'll go in a side bend, but we're gonna do sort of like a 3-stage side bend. So first you're gonna go a little bit, and then a little deeper, and even deeper. And then on the nice inhale, you roll back up. And then let's do the other side. So a little deeper, more, and even more. And roll back up. Good. And down, deeper, and deepest. And roll back up, and down, deeper, and deepest. And roll back down, up. Good, great. Okay, and then we're gonna go, show you from this angle. We're gonna sort of do like a chair pose in yoga, but we're gonna stay seated. So you're gonna lean the whole upper body forward. And then if you can, arms will be up. So you're gonna have to, work your back muscles and shoulder muscles to keep up. Otherwise, you could also do maybe cactus arms if your shoulders are, but you're tilting forward a little bit. Right, so this is the chair pose looks like this when you're standing, but we're making the same shape. So you can still, really engage the whole body, maybe even pressing down into your legs. Try that. And then it's almost like if you were standing. And breathe, because it's a fierce pose. Good. And then release. Good. It actually makes me a little out of breath if you really push down. All right, so we'll try going down into a forward fold now, so a little deeper than we went before. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you can even slide down towards your ankles. Good, and then we'll again work those back muscles and shoulder muscles. So if you can, we're gonna go with the left arm halfway up. So you're still in that like a little bit tilted forward, right? And again, if this is too painful, try to do maybe something like this, or just don't use the arms and work the back just by moving the trunk, and then down, and then other side, other arm. So lift halfway up, really long spine. You're elongating forward, still leaning forward a little bit, and then exhale down. Okay, we'll try one more time each side. Inhale halfway up. Be in that chair pose with only one arm up. And down. And last time, halfway up. Reach through that arm. Breathe. And then come back to seated. Good. So we did a little bit of extension in the back. So now let's hug the knee and allow the spine to flex a bit. So relaxing your low back and upper back. You can even try to bring the forehead towards your knee. Good. Great, great, great. And then release to the other side. Perfect. And release. Awesome. Okay. And then let's interlace the fingers and push the palms forward. Let's bend the elbows and straighten as much as you can a few times. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. And then inhale all the way up if you can. Again, if you have pain in the shoulders, don't go as far. And breathe. Feel the lengthening in the spine. And then exhale, release. Good. Nice job. All right, and then we'll do a little twisting. So let's try first just kind of dynamically going side to side, exploring that range of motion. And if you're worried about your back, you can go slower. Okay. Great. Okay. And then let's work on this concept of getting the shoulders into their proper position, called packing the shoulders. So sometimes when our posture is like that, right? Like the shoulders kind of go forward. And then if you want to like lift the arm is not really in the proper position in the joint, and then that can cause trouble. So we're going to try to squeeze those shoulders back and down away from your ears, right? So there's two different movements involved. One is, so it's the up and down movement with the shoulders, right? That's the elevation, and then depression. So you're depressing them down. So let's try that. So up and down. And just feel which muscles engage when you push those shoulder blades down. See if you can feel it in the back where your muscles are working. Good. And then there's the retraction. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. The retraction, and then protraction would be like this. So retract and protract, and retract and protract, retract, protract. Good. Okay. And now let's try to do that depression and retraction a little bit. So, you don't want to like do 100% of your force, like too rigid, but just a subtle, take your shoulders back and down. Good. Nice job, and hold it. And just like remember sort of how it feels to be nice and upright. Good. And then let's move the head side to side, stretching the neck. And move to your right, and then we're gonna tilt the head down, so chin towards chest. And then slowly roll the head down to the other side and hold it with the chin tucked. So kind of looking to the left, down on the floor. And then lift the chin so it's parallel to the floor, looking straight to the left. Excellent. And then back to center. All right. Okay, so work the legs. We'll do the 20 times, okay? So each leg 10 times. Straighten as much as you can. And also lift. So possibly to parallel to the floor or even higher. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. All right, relax your back, relax your abdominals and hip flexors. Good. And then we're gonna go for another set. This time we're gonna extend and then point the toes, flex the toes, and then lift the knee up and then set it down. Okay. And then we're gonna alternate sides. So extend the leg, point the toes, flex the toes, and then lift it up as high up as you can. And at the same time, the heel closer to you, right? And then set it down. Straighten, point the toes, flex the toes, and lift the knee up and set it down. And extend, point the toes, flex the toes, lift, and set it down. Stand, point, flex, and lift, and down. And again, point, flex, and lift, and set it down. Okay, let's do 2 more. Straighten, point, flex, lift, and down. Straighten, point, flex, lift, and down. Awesome. All right. So let's do, let's try to sort of turn to the side. So we can do that half kneeling position. You could also either turning to the side or sliding to the side of the chair and then moving the leg back behind you. So choose whichever is better for you. In any case, you kind of have to sort of hang off the edge of the chair a little bit, but you can hold on to the back of the chair, and we're trying to get the knee to point down. So you can open those tight hip flexors here and the quadricep. It's a bit of a back bend. So if you feel like it's too much for your back, you could try to lean forward a bit. It takes the stretch a little bit out of it, but you might be able to move that knee and foot a little bit further back if you lean forward a bit. Great, and then if you can lift the outer arm up, and then we'll take a side bend towards the back of the chair. Great, and then back to center, and then back, and then we'll do the other side. Again, sometimes you have to lean forward to get that foot back behind you. And then you can try to lift up as much as you can. And then once you're in position, you can lift that outer arm and do that side bend towards the back of the chair. Good. And then back to center. Good. Yeah, sometimes it's a good stretch, but sometimes it's a little hard to get into. Yeah, I think it's important to keep this part stretched, right? Okay. So how are you guys with the resistance bands? Did you get them? Did you find them? Order them? Do you guys have one? Oh, nice. Nice. Nalina, good. So if you don't have one, you can do, so we're going to be doing the stretching. If you don't have one, why don't you keep the arms straight and then do this motion, okay? Together and open, together and open. And the rest of us, if you have a band, we're going to expand it across the chest and release. And expand and release. And expand and release. All right, let's do maybe 5 more. So 1 and 2 it should feel kind of hard, right? So if it feels too easy, you can hold it closer together on your band. So you need to feel the muscles really trying hard for a strengthening effect, right? So you need to feel that resistance. If it's too easy, it's not doing anything. I mean, it's still a stretch, I guess, but it's not gonna strengthen your muscle. Good. Good, and then release. And then we'll do the row. So hook it either, depending on how long your strap is, either on one foot or both feet. And then we're gonna do this movement. We could also do it like this, right? So sitting deeper in the chair and doing it like this with one foot. So whatever works for you. I'm gonna sit at the edge and use both feet. And then you're gonna pull both elbows back. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Good. And then we'll do a little rest. And then we can try, and you might find out that it's a little too much, but we could try double the resistance by holding both bands with one arm, and then see if you can do it with one arm with both bands. So it's going to feel harder, but with strength training, you really want it to be hard to grow stronger. So see if you can do it. Okay. And if not, then you can always just switch to one. And, and we might, when you lift or raise the resistance, you usually end up doing less repetitions. So maybe you can do just 5, but that's okay. So we can try 5 on each side. See if you can do both. And then pull back 1. And think about that packed shoulder. So shoulder down. So you're not doing something like this, right? Lifting the shoulder. You don't want to do that. So shoulder depressed. And then pull back 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Good. And then other side. I did send a link, I think, right, for the belt, for the bands last week. I think so. I think I remember sending it. 3, 4. Go with that hand, go straight back towards your lower rib. So you're not doing something like this, but lower, a little bit lower. Good. Great job. Okay. And then we'll try the bicep curl. So you're bringing the elbows in and then doing this movement, right? So getting those fists up towards your shoulders and then slowly release. And 2 and 3. You could do this with dumbbells. So if you have a resistance band, you could always use some weights or cans of beans or something. The whole world is your gym. You could use water bottles or, something a little bit heavier. In fact, I just found out my gym is going to close. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do. Maybe work out at home. Okay. Great job. And then let's do, let's work on the legs one more time. So let's hook it up on one leg. Maybe hold it a little lower on your band. And then let's try to do that leg press. So you're really getting the knee up and heel towards you and then pushing away. And so up and push away, up and push away. Yeah, so if you don't have the band, maybe you could do something like this, supporting it with your hands a little bit. Push and bring it back, and push and bring it back, push. Good. And then we'll go a straight leg and we'll do a big circle. So up and down and up and down again. And so the higher you go, stronger your hip flexor. Good. Nice. All right, and then we'll do one more. And so you're gonna sort of try to bring the heel towards your groin. So the knee side, and then you straight forward again. And then bend, get that knee out to the side a little bit, and then push forward. And bend, and straighten. Bend, and straight. And bend, and straighten. Good. And then we'll switch legs. So again, I'm gonna hold it a little lower on the band just because legs are strong. And we're gonna go for the leg press. So if possible, don't just do this, but this, right? Getting that knee high up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good. And then we'll do the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew. Feel it in my hip flexors. Good. And then the last one we did was the bending of the knee and bringing the heel closer. So external rotation at the hip. Kind of like when you're practicing cross-legged sitting position, right? So you do that. So bend the knee, get it out to the side, heel towards your groin. Good.
Can you repeat it again, Petra, please?
Can you what?
Can you repeat this exercise again?
Repeat. Yeah, so you're pushing straight forward, right? And then bending the knee. And then instead of getting the knee straight into your chest, you're going a little bit out to the side, right? So it's kind of like when I would like to sit cross-legged, you know, it's that movement, right? Like you're getting the knee. I mean, you could even try, but it might be too hard for you to kind of like getting the heel up. So instead of what we're using the belts to help us a bit with that movement to get that heel closer to your groin, right? External rotation of the hip. Well, you could try to do it a little bit without it, right? So like this. Maybe you can go as far out to the side or as high up, but it's going out. Instead of in, you go out to the side, out, 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 out. Yeah. Okay, is that a little clearer, Alina? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so now that we work those hip flexors, might be nice to practice a few stand-ups just to straighten them. So if you can do a few stand-ups, and on top of it, on top of the stand-up, see if you can squeeze the glutes and push the hips forward to feel a little stretch here. And down and up and down and up. Yeah, squeeze the glutes on top and down and up. Yeah, so Michelle, if you yeah, you can do a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of pushing down into the legs and getting the butt off the chair a tiny bit. You can't quite go all the way just yet. Okay. Nice. Keep breathing. Excellent. All right, last one. And back down. Awesome. Perfect. So let's try to do that figure four stretch now. So ankle on top of your thigh. And then we'll try to, if you can, if you don't need to hold on to your leg, you can put your hands together, and then we're gonna inhale. See if you can go a little higher up, maybe above your head if you can. And so you're using those postural muscles in the back to keep yourself nice and long, nice and upright. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then down. Good. And then we'll try that twist. So keep that spine long and then twist, putting the right hand on your left knee. And first look to the left. Excellent. And then just move the head, look over to your right. And then notice the sensations that this pose produces in your body. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel the muscles work hard? Good, and then release. And then let's just do this movement a few times. So you can help yourself with the hand going up and down, just moving in that hip joint a bit. Good. And then release, and then we'll do the other side. So other leg on top. And so find a nice tall position, maybe lifting the arms up. And think about, even if you're lifting up, think about these muscles being somewhat relaxed. So you're not like overusing the upper traps, but you're keeping the shoulders sort of you're not pushing down with the shoulders, but you're just letting them sort of relax down, even though the arms are lifting up. Nice deep breath. Excellent. And then release. I want to take that twist. That feels okay for your back. You could always switch to this twist if this is, not working for you. So looking to the right first, or even over your right shoulder. So even a little bit to the back. To stretch that neck. And then slowly move just the head over your left shoulder. Good. And then back to center. And then let's move the knee up and down. Perfect. All right. All right, and let's take one more forward fold. So coming down, maybe sliding down towards your ankles, if that's okay for you. And just feel the tension dripping down towards the floor from your shoulders, from your head, neck. And then slowly coming up. Excellent. Okay, and then maybe we can do the hamstring stretch. So try to scoot as far forward in the chair as possible so you're on the edge and you can actually plant that foot down and lift the toes. So straighten the leg and then try to go square to the floor. So you're not doing something like this, right? Sometimes that's the tendency to go with one shoulder, but you kind of want to try, if it's possible, to go with both shoulders evenly towards the floor. And so you go, as far as you can without pain or without rounding your back too much. Hopefully you feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg, and the hamstrings. Good, and then coming back up. Switch legs. The other leg straight forward. And then slowly coming down until you feel that good stretch. And then slowly coming up. Perfect. Okay, and then let's do maybe one more for the calf muscles. So we're gonna try to cross the legs and do one-legged calf lift. So we're adding that weight of the leg, and you're lifting your heel up. And I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a glare, but hopefully you see it. So lifting your heel up, coming on the ball of the foot, and up and down like that. Good. And then we'll switch
Where the
legs.
hands will be? Where the hands will be?
The
At
what?
the hands.
Hands. Oh, yeah, you can, wherever they can be on your chair. I had them on my hips, but it doesn't really matter because they don't really do anything here. Just you can support yourself on the chair if you want. So lift the heel up and down on the other side. So much glare. It's better. Good. All right. Okay. And then let's take maybe a nice supported back bend. So This time we're gonna scoot back towards the back of the chair. So you can sort of lean into the chair. If you can, we can support our head with interlaced fingers. And then sort of open, lean back into the chair. And lean the head into the hands. Lift the heart up. Open the elbows. To really get that nice opening across the chest. Getting some nice breaths in. So the back bends are always slightly energizing. And then they invite the breath into the lungs. So also, if you feel kind of depressed with everything going on, doing a back bend can get your energy up. All right, and then coming back to regular position. And then maybe let's do a few just for the face. So we're gonna make a few smiles. Okay, can you see me? Just a big smile. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. And then we'll blow some kisses. So you want to really, let me bring the light. You want to really make that like rounded face, rounded mouth, just to work those muscles. Okay, let's see if this helps. So small muscles, small mouth. Like a fish. Good, nice. All right. And then we can be a puffer fish. Great. And then let's lift the eyebrows and open the eyes. Big, big, big eyes, big eyes, big eyes. Good. And then close the eyes and sort of scrunch up your face like you just tasted a lemon. And then release. Good. Okay. And then maybe let's continue with that. It's sort of a form of relaxation, progressive relaxation, where you start with tightening the body part, and then you release, right? So by tightening first and then releasing, sometimes it helps people really relax a little better, relax the muscles. So we're gonna start with the fists. So just make tight fists, squeeze something in your fists, and then fully relax. And just notice how it feels. Let's do it again. Tighten the fist. Tight, 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 tight. And then relax. Good. And then we'll sort of lift the shoulders up. Tight, 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 tight. And then release fully. One more. Tight, 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 tight. Doesn't feel that great. Relax. Feels much better. Good. And then we're gonna do the same with the belly. So sort of like you're bracing the belly as if somebody was about to step on your belly. So harden the belly. And then release and make it soft. And nice soft belly. And then tighten. And then release. Good. And then we'll squeeze the buttocks. So squeeze the buttocks. And release. One more time. Squeeze the buttocks. And release. Good. And then maybe we can even try with the pelvic floor. So it's kind of like you're stopping the flow of urine. You can squeeze the pelvic floor muscles and then release. Good. So they're called Kegels, right? The Kegel exercises where you're squeezing the muscles of the pelvic floor and release. Good. And then we're gonna just sort of imagine you're scrunching up sand with your toes. So curl the toes and release. And curl the toes and release. Good. And then you can try tightening the quad. So try to, as if you were trying to lift the kneecaps up, tightening the quads and up and release. And then tighten and release. Good. All right, what else can we squeeze? I think we squeezed everything. So now we're gonna try to do everything. So face, hands, feet, everything, belly. And then fully release. Good. All right, and now we're gonna stay relaxed. So you can close your eyes, make yourself comfortable. And just, scanning the body, noticing any sensations. So let's start with our face first. I feel a little bit of tingling from all the grimacing we did. Let's see if you can feel any tingling or warmth in your facial muscles. Just noticing with curiosity, without judgment. And then notice your neck. And notice your shoulders, where they are in space, if they feel tight or relaxed. And notice your right arm and right hand. And left arm and left hand. And then notice your chest moving slightly with the breath. And your upper back. And your belly. And your low back. And then your buttocks. And your right leg. And right foot. And left leg. And left foot. And then feel your whole body. And just imagine that your body holds about 37 trillion cells. And then each cell has 100 trillion atoms in it. Fascinating. Just holding your body with attention and care and a certain kind of awe over a whole universe. And then taking a deep breath in. And when you're ready, you can slowly start moving a little bit and opening your eyes. And then come up to our little intention setting. Feel free to join. May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I be mindful.
May I be mindful.
May I have courage.
May I have courage.
May I have fun.
May I have fun.
And may I treat myself and others with love and compassion.
May I treat myself and others with love and compassion.
And then hands to your forehead as a reminder of the power of your thoughts.
Of your thoughts.
Hands to your lips as a reminder of the power of your words.
Power of your words.
And hands to your heart as a reminder of the power of your action.
Power of your actions.
Namaste.
Could
Thanks,
you-
everyone.
Could you repeat that for beginning thing you did with the throat? I have trouble with my throat.
Yeah, so that's the Ujjayi breath. So it's basically inhaling and constricting the glottis, which is like in your throat, right? So it's kind of like when you're doing that. So you feel it in the throat, right? When you do that, you constrict the throat. So you do that with the mouth closed. Kind of like a Darth Vader, but gentle Darth Vader. I think first it's a little easier on the exhale, but when you get the hang of it, you can do it on the inhale as well. I don't know if you hear it, how I breathe, but
Petra, I'm sorry for the first class because I was not feeling well.
oh, that's okay. No, that's okay. Are you
I said I
okay
need-
now?
Now I'm okay because I missed my carbidopa, that Cinemet.
Oh yeah, that will do it. Yeah.
You.
All right. So is that clear, Helen? A little bit?
A little bit.
It takes a while to get used to it. And if I was there with you, I could hear if I can hear it. So you're producing a slight whisper sound, kind of like that, but your mouth is closed.
Thank you.
It's kind of like you're whispering ha with mouth closed. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks everyone. Have a great week.
Thank
You
you.
too, everyone.
Thank you.